working. We are live on the YouTube channel. I just turned it on. Just to let you know.
I think you scared him a little.
I don't know if it's actually working. It always throws this little error at the beginning. So I'm not sure. Yep, I think it is live. It is live. All right.
Yep, you're live. I can see you.
There we go. All right, well, we're live. All right.
Cool.
Move it over this way, Jim. There we go. All right, that should be about right. Hello, everybody. This is live in the producer's booth here at 92.5 Fox News. And you guys will get to hear us produce the show tonight. What's going to be interesting tonight, though, is I can't play the music or the commercials. So you guys will hear us talking instead of the commercials and the music. It's going to be pretty cool. You'll hear the callers, and you will hear the host, and you'll hear us talking. You'll hear the intercom. You'll hear basically the back end of the show as well. So it'll kind of give you like an inside view into this, into what it takes to produce a talk radio show like this. We also have to put in all kinds of stuff during the show, and we do that too. So anyway, while we're in show, I won't be talking to you guys because I'll be concentrating on the show. Oh, my host is in rare form. Yeah, there you go. All right, so the cast of characters tonight, you'll see, may or may not see them on camera, but I got Kat over here to my right, Katrina, and she is the call screener for the show. And then over here on the left, we've also got Trey, who's in the other room there, and he obviously the host of the show, and you'll be hearing him, and you can also see people walking by outside there in the hallway. We are live on the air on YouTube, broadcasting worldwide. This is Starship Adventures, and tonight our adventure is, well, you're at work with me, and we're producing radio, so there you go. All right, we produce this show 5 nights a week. It's a 3-hour show. We're going to keep you guys along for our first 2 hours, and then we'll be taking a 2-hour break, and I'll be coming back on tonight with the Sights and Sounds of Earth. So there you go. Okay. There you go. Okay, and that'll be set like that. All right, sorry, we can't play you guys any of the music or any of the ads or any of that because we'll get in trouble. The colored light is to remind us to take steps during the show. We've got a number of movements during this show that we have to take care of, and we want to always try to make sure we get everything done and don't get distracted. I do have the chat room up, but I'm only going to pay attention to it on breaks. I'm going to try not to be distracted by it. And we're going to see how this goes. I think I've already used up all my announcements today, so it's going to take a little while for people to slowly filter in here, but we're going to see how it works. But anyway, we are live on the air. This is The Drive with Trey Radel, 92.5 Fox News. I've worked here for many years and produced a lot of different shows here. This is by far the best and favorite one I've ever done. And we've been on, I think, 7 or 8 years now with this show, The Drive. And we come on here in about just under 2 minutes now, just under 2 minutes. And you will be able to hear the host, and you'll be able to hear us talking back and forth during the show. You just won't hear the bumper music. I can't play that. So I've got the studio speakers in here actually turned off. Hey, Red. All right, we're just about 90 seconds from air here. You can also go to our website, 925foxnews.com, and you can stream there. We're all set.
Cut free, stop start also.
Yeah.
Want to be there. We did say about to be there. And you were.
Here are some logistics.
Oh,
That ChatGPT gave me. What is this? Let's see.
Oh no.
yeah, it is.
That's funny.
Oh, wow.
We actually have listeners that want us to start a dating service here at the station. Yeah, oh yeah. Fun stuff.
I mean, it
All right,
could be a
cut three,
game
stop,
show.
start, ready.
Pass along the marketing.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. You guys won't hear the music or anything, but you will hear the host. Here we go.
Trey, Radel, your host up the drive. I want to read you some headlines. White supremacy is actually killing white people. Dear white people, please read White Fragility. It's
Huh?
not my job to absolve your white guilt. A snapshot of these are from June and July of
So for
2020,
the delay.
right
Yeah.
after George Floyd.
All right.
What every American needs to know about white supremacy. Racism isn't about ignorance. Some highly educated people have upheld systemic inequality and white supremacy for centuries. White supremacy is the most lethal threat to the United States. And finally, from CNN, why Ben and Jerry's statement on white supremacy is so extraordinary. I read these to come back to a story that is being covered in the most obscene, heartless ways I think we've witnessed in a long, maybe in forever. Very quickly, if you are not familiar with the uproar of the killing of Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarutska in Charlotte, North Carolina, this poor girl is just on a train in North Carolina on their version of their metro, their mass transit. And she's just sitting there minding her own business, and a black man seated behind her stabs her in the neck. Stabs her, people are like kind of shocked, like, uh-oh, and he walks away, eventually gets off. And what's even more horrifying is the video that was released today, which is basically the second half that shows the stabbing. It's online, it's terrible, and I did not want to watch it. He walks away saying, not once but twice, I got that white girl. I got that white girl. After he clears the area, from what I see in the video, the two people seated next to her that saw her get stabbed do nothing afterwards. There's no one there to
92.5 Fox.
Try to help.
Okay.
try to stop the bleeding. And this poor girl sits there holding her neck. Eventually puts her face in her hands and she dies.
Oh no.
92.5 Fox News first thing.
So, with that said, in the context of
Dustin, what do you want to comment on?
after George Floyd, here are the headlines now. A gruesome murder in North Carolina. Okay, that's part of it. Good so far, right?
Oh, please.
Yes, it's gruesome, it's terrible, it's horrifying. A gruesome murder in North Carolina ignites a firestorm. Okay?
Pounce.
All right, well, let's see where it goes from here. The full New York Times headline is, "A gruesome murder in North Carolina ignites a firestorm on the right."
92.5 Fox News first
There's
thing.
another one from Politico. Ukrainian refugee killed in
Hello?
North Carolina gets dragged into political messaging war.
Hi, this is the drive with Trey Radel. Okay, thank you.
Next.
Kevin, what you want to comment on?
U.S. crime debate intensifies after Ukrainian refugees murder on train. Fatal stabbing of Ukrainian
I'm here. Can you
refugee
hear me?
ignites political debate, comma,
Okay, great. What do you want to
especially
comment on?
among Republicans. Our phone lines are open, 239-479-5592, 239-479-5592.
Sure. Kevin, what city you calling from?
Trump blames Democrats for murder of Ukrainian refugee on train. MAGA allies
please.
seize on Charlotte train murder to attack blue city policies. That one also from the New York Times. Mrs. Republicans pounce. You familiar with that? That's when
Yep.
there is a terrible liberal policy, a terrible liberal that does something dumb, makes some mistake, or acts in criminal behavior, engages in criminal behavior. Think Robert Menendez, who had $500,000 of cash and gold bars stuffed in his home, and there were no articles about that. It was about Republicans taking advantage of this Democrat senator's situation. And that's what we're looking at now. This poor woman who's just sitting there minding her own damn business gets stabbed in the neck and bleeds out, dies. What do you think her last thoughts are there? She lays in her own blood and dies. You watch this video and it will make you emotionally very upset. But let's go back to reporting with no emotion. In any normal world, this story would be covered in a way that is not about any political reaction. It'd be about the murder. Is there room of talking about things like mental health in our country today? Hell yeah, absolutely. There's also room, believe it or not, to talk about the fact that this guy was in and out of jail 14 times for violent behavior. 14. Maybe after the third time, wow, you committed another violent assault. Maybe you need to go away for a while. You kind of lost your ticket. Maybe there should be some sort of mental health reform here for this guy who's currently in jail. Let's see. Fourth time it happens. Fifth time it happens. 6 times, violent assault after violent assault. Maybe you'd want to consider that this guy might hurt someone else. This is the 6th time. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Yeah.
14. The 14th time of some other erratic, irrational, violent behavior outburst from this guy, and he's still let out onto the streets.
All right.
That is, in fact, liberal policy. And yet, there's no talk of that. It's about the Republicans' reaction to this innocent girl getting stabbed to death while minding her own damn business on a train. And in fact, by a black man. Now, I bring up the racial component because I go to where I started. I'd ask you, if a 30-something-year-old white man stabbed to death a young black girl, and by the way, there was video of it, because that is a major component to this.
Yeah.
There's video of white man stabbing a young black girl to death. What do you think happens? Tell me I'm wrong here, please. Maybe you're a Democrat, you're a media critic. Tell me how my observations are wrong here. My observations are the following, that it would be international news, number one. It would be all over the damn place. And by the way,
95
Charlotte,
Fox
they've already
News,
been
first
burned to
name.
the ground. Charlotte, you're gone. Sorry, listen.
Sorry, say your first
White
name again?
dude killed a young black girl, and you need to go
John,
out,
what city
and
calling
you need
from?
to protest, you need to riot, you need to burn the city down.
what you wanna comment
We've
on?
already seen that that's totally acceptable. Again, go back to 2020. If that's
About
your
what?
reaction, that's what we need to allow happen. Listen, there might be fires.
Sure,
There
hold
might be
please.
fire bombings. There might be shootings in these protests. There might be cops getting their heads kicked in, but they're mostly peaceful. That's what they are. Kevin in Naples, hey, you're on the drive.
Trey Radel, how are you? I am getting drenched here down in Naples, man. So give me a second here. Hey,
I'll just throw you on hold and we'll go to another call. Is ready. John in Naples, go ahead, John.
hey, Trey, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, bud?
Hey, Trey, yeah, you're right, man. Listen, if that was the right guy, I'm glad you're yes. They've been marching on Washington right now. I mean, they shut down the whole city just to get the bottom of it. But
Yeah.
the bystanders as well, man. I mean, they're much at fault, for not doing anything. I mean, how can they just sit there and not do anything? How can they just let this guy go? Had they been just do this, I would have grabbed this guy, man, and hold him by his neck until he stopped breathing.
Yeah, well, if you're in New York City and you do that,
You get in
also-
trouble, yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, think about that for a second. That's what Daniel Penny did to an erratic guy
Yep,
who had
yep.
mental health issues and was beating the crap out of people, was wildly flailing, hurting people. Daniel Penny, again, a white guy, goes and tries to restrain the man physically assaulting others and puts him into a chokehold. That dude dies, and they hit Penny for trying to protect other people. Look, the bystander situation, I'm not even saying that anybody should have been like, hey, go tackle the guy with the knife stabbing people. I'm not even getting at that. But after that guy clears and no one walks over to the girl to even ask, like, are you okay? Because she's covering it. She's covering. It's not like there's blood all over and she falls. This poor girl's sitting there and dying a slow death. People just walk away. They just walk away. Kevin, let's try it again. Go ahead, Kevin. You're on the drive.
All right, so yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, sorry, man, about that, Trey.
Just,
Yeah, I'm a veteran, and I served from 98 to 2002, and they called me up and conquistador, and I have to agree with you, man. Like, this is something that is considered like a mental health issue.
yeah, like the one you
We
got.
need to be more concerned about people's mental health than we are about anything else. So.
I agree. I think
Wow.
it absolutely can and should be a part of this
He did finally get a thought out.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. What?
It's really good to talk to you, Trey. I totally lost my train of
All
thought.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, good, my man. And thank you for your service to our country, bud. I've
Yeah,
been
man.
doing this since
I'm
2002.
starstruck.
Dude, bro, relax.
God.
My man.
Oh,
All right, dude.
Starstruck.
Um,
That's a new one.
Yep.
So, look, I'm sharing this because I want to share a voice of authority with you. So I am working on the New York City mayoral campaign with Curtis Lee, with a Republican who, very difficult challenge for him to try and win, right? But I was just with him, and I bring that up because I had a very specific question for him. Like, not even part of the campaign or anything. I said, hey, I'm curious to speak to you for just me talking to you, nothing political. We're not putting any commercials or anything. So I want to understand, you started the Guardian Angels. And I hope that people are already familiar with this. I don't have time to explain it. Started the Guardian Angels at a time when New York is just being sieged with all kinds of violent behavior and muggings and stabbings and more. Said, how is it different today than it was then?
Our teachers and the Lee County School District getting closer to a deal. Tonight on Wing News, we talk to both sides and see where they stand after negotiations for a third time this school year. Strong County residents will keep their 25% flood insurance discount. That's because the county earned a Class 5 rating from the National Flood Insurance Program's Community Rating System. Charlotte County is one of only 68 communities in the state
on
with
the
the Class 5
train
rating.
next to you.
Southwest
It's
Florida
the
Crime
person
Stoppers
you
is looking
walk
for the
by
driver
on
of a
the
pickup
sidewalk,
truck who caused
and
a
you have no
three-car
idea
crash.
sometimes that
It
they're
happened
gonna
on
sit
August
there, crouched
31st
down,
on Pine Island
and you have
Road and
no
North
idea
Cleveland
when an
Avenue
attack
in
is
North
gonna
Fort
come.
Myers.
Back then you
If
knew.
you know anything about the crash,
Now,
contact Crime Stoppers.
it's
You can remain
totally
anonymous
different.
and could receive a
walking
$3,000
seen it
reward.
everywhere.
Russ McCaskey,
And
Wink
never know
News, first,
when you might be
fair,
sick.
everywhere.
And that's happening all over the country.
92.5 Fox News first name.
And the other thing I would ask here, the racial component. You know, Trump is being accused of being
Yes, it is,
racist
Suzanne.
for sending, or potentially sending in.
Doing well. What do you want to
National
talk to
Guard
Trey
other
about?
cities. How does that rectify with the racial components of this crime?
Mm-hmm.
The phone line's open, 239-479-5592. I'm sure Radel, right.
All right, clear.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Okay, those who have come into
Suzanne,
my
what city are you
channel,
calling
what
from?
you are watching right now is you're watching me produce The
Wait,
Drive
can you
with Trey Radel, which is my
Do you want
full-time
to share
job.
the story on the air with Trey?
I'm gonna give her a second to get these calls and then I'll
Okay,
tell you
hold
some
please.
more. Sorry about that.
Nope, you're
I
okay.
didn't mean to yell over you there. But yeah, we're doing the show tonight. I got Katrina, call screener here. I got Trey in the other room, and we are producing Southwest Florida's #1 local talk radio show. And we're not allowed to say that on the air, but I'm allowed to say it on here, so I will. There you go. And we could have easily 120 or so thousand people listening to this show during our 5 p.m. hour. So it's a pretty popular show here in our local area, and it's becoming more and more popular online, where you can listen at 925foxnews.com. You can listen live to the actual show if you want to hear what the other side of it sounds like. Right now, you can hear the intercom between Trey and us, and you can hear the three of us talking amongst each other, and you'll be able to hear Trey, the callers, and the sounds on the show. But I have to isolate the music and the commercials from you guys, because if I don't, we get in all kinds of trouble. Okay, so I just want to say hi to Sean and Red. You guys, thank you for coming in. Let everybody know we're here. I don't think a notification went out because I've already put a bunch of streams back online earlier. So that being said, I don't think that I actually went out on a notification. Anyway, we are live in the River District in downtown Fort Myers. It's also a culinary district. And it's so stupid.
Why?
And yeah, we are live here along the river, the Caloosahatchee River here in Fort Myers. We will be moving our facility here in the next 6 months or so. But for right now, we are still here in the flood zone. During Ian, they had bulkheads in on the doors all the way around this 2-story commercial building that we're in. The water would have been right to here, except the bulkheads kept it out. We only had about an inch. The studio back there had about a foot. And that's what we ended up with. So most of our equipment was spared, and we were able to get back on the air pretty quick. All right, so we've got about a minute 15 here, minute 15 seconds. While I'm doing this, I am also putting in the newscasts for the other stations as well. This doesn't play here, but it plays. We need it for the other stations. And a Wink News, our local news station, they voice the news into a machine and send it to me. And then I mix music under it and set it up and put it in for all the other stations to play. All right, so there we go. We're coming back here in just a few minutes. Let's see what he's going to have
Is
here.
Dustin on his meds at all? Or is he
No,
off his
he's
meds?
not.
No, off the meds. 4 to 5, 6, 5, 6. You'll have just over 3 minutes on the return. You're back in 30 seconds.
Tell Suzanne we're coming to her.
Okay. Hello, Suzanne. Are you still there? Okay, great. We're coming back from break right now. We're going to take your call, okay?
All right.
All right, hang on.
I'm sorry if the volume's a little low. I'm going to work on that for the next time. I know I'm thinking about it. It's probably a little low for them.
host of the drive. Let's go to Suzanne in Punta Gorda. Suzanne, you're on the drive. Hello.
Hey Trey, I'm a first time caller.
Thank you.
I have two daughters in New York City. They live in the East Village in a 5-floor walk up. My 21-year-old
A
daughter
5-floor
she
walk
lives
up.
there. She's been there for a couple years, and my 23-year-old just moved there to get a job. And I tell you what, they called me today. They were terrified because their neighbor across the way called them and said, "Hey, do you have a Ring camera? Because there's somebody looking, knocking on my door, and I can just see out, and I don't want to."
925
answer.
Fractions
And
first
then,
name.
like 10 minutes later, he's like walking around their apartment. I mean,
Hey,
it's a
Dustin, what do you want to
5-floor
come
walk-up,
done?
and they're at the top floor. And he's going to all the doors and just kind of knocking, just going around. They call me terrified. And I
And what
called
about him?
the 9th Street precinct over, and then they told me to tell him to call 911. Of course, cops come like hours later, but she's looking to the people. He's looking back at her, to the people,
I'll put you on
waving at
hold.
my daughters in the room.
Suzanne,
the
like,
room.
What do you do?
I would honestly tell your kids to be armed.
That's what I said. I go, get your mace if you have to leave the
Whatever.
apartment,
Make sure you get out of that music,
It's all
Ian.
legal in New York. I mean, what can you do? And my 21-year-old was one of the girls slept on the subway about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Just got randomly punched.
Punched on the subway. She was also, her apartment was broken into at one time. They came through the, down the fire escape and into her apartment. And it's terrifying. I mean, I put ring cameras in there, so I'm on the Ring camera looking in at them, making sure they're okay, talking to
All right, I
them.
got the 6 made.
And
I got the
this is all
7
going
pod
on.
made.
It's just, and it's the same, it's the same type. It's like this guy with dreads and backpack, all dressed in black, just milling around, just looking for trouble.
What he's looking for is an opportunity, a crime of opportunity.
Somebody to open the door.
Yeah, exactly, and then him kick it down.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of young kids in that building. They're young professionals. I told them, I said, because she has a girlfriend down on the 3rd floor, I said, call her, make sure she doesn't open the door. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Like, what are these people doing?
Well, I mean, you have this, and we're gonna have to take a break, but I mean,
No problem.
Look, I'm telling you, Suzanne, if I were you, I would tell your girls to carry whatever kind of protection that they legally can, and be ready that
Yeah,
somebody
I'm
tries
maybe
to
looking at one of those.
make sure that door is secure.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
thank
Thanks,
you
Trey.
for calling in. When we come back, what are the solutions? Well, they'll tell you. We'll be right back. This is Drive.
All right, clear. I guess I gotta keep these on. All right. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. This is Starship Adventures, and tonight's adventure, we're producing talk radio. This is commercial talk radio here in Southwest Florida, and this is The Drive with Trey Radel on 92.5 Fox News. We do politics, but we do a lot of other stuff on this show too. And it's currently the #1 rated local radio show here in Southwest Florida. We do pretty good here. We've been putting this show out for a number of years. As a matter of fact, the team we have here, we've had for a very long time. And that people do like to tune in and listen to us. So there you go. I didn't know if this would be interesting to people or not. I cannot play the commercials or the bumper music. But I can play our elements, and that's what I'm doing. So you can hear us. You can also hear us on the intercom back and forth. You'll be able to hear us talking in here. It kind of gives you the inside look of what it would be like to produce a radio show. Hey, Billy, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming in. I don't know who else is in here right now. I kind of figured the numbers would be a little higher, but I think it's possibly because I didn't put out any announcements or anything. I understand that. But also, I think I've used up my announcements for today already, unfortunately. So during the show, we put in the podcasts for the show in rolling fashion, live while it's going out. We also put newscasts together for all the other stations. We also have weather that we put together. There's other things that we have to do here while we're in show, other than just producing the show. I also come in about 2:00, 2:30, and I put in a couple of hours of pre-show, just putting in clips and taking care of making sure that he's got all of his articles printed out and everything's in an organized, succinct fashion, and it works out really good. We've been working together so long. I know exactly the way he wants it. He knows exactly the way I want it, and it works out really good. Yeah, this is it, Red. I think people might like this once they get a chance to see it. I don't think I went out. Like I said, I don't think a notification went out, so that's why we're struggling with some numbers right now. But that's all right. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's that was the sales manager just walked by. Did you see that? This is everybody's heading out right now because it's 5:30. Everybody's finishing up upstairs. We have a number of stations here, and we're adding more stations, and we've got print media, and we've got both radio and TV stations. We've just added some more of those as well. I'm not going to get into any specifics there yet, but all of this is moving to one big building. It's going to be really cool, really huge. We're getting, as nice as these studios are, they've been flooded technically 3 times, although we kept it down to under an inch. But because of that, they don't want to be in this building anymore. We need a much, much, much bigger building. And so they have purchased a building, completely gutted it out, and they are putting in everything brand new. All new radio studios, all new TV studios, new boards, new computers, new everything. This stuff in here is only 7 years old or 8 years old or whatever, and we're getting all new. They're going to redo it all. And we actually have training coming up in a few 2 or 3 weeks on our boards and stuff, so we can start getting ourselves acclimated to the new hardware and the new software that we're going to be using over there. Okay, that's off. See, the pink light reminded me to turn off the news because something's going to play on that pot here in just a few minutes, the business report, and we're going to be recording it automatically. But because of that, if I had left that pot up, it would go out over the radio. It's a mistake I make every now and then. And so it's important. So we turn the light on pink. It reminds me, hey, there's something I have to do. Boom, there it is. I turn it down. There's so many moving parts in here that it's become necessary for us to little cheats, little alarms and things like that. The light works great because it can never go out over the air. It's a great way to warn people about things using colors of light. Each thing's something different. If it's blue, it's a warning about a weathercast. If it's red, it's a warning about a newscast. If it's green, it's an alert about a financial report or one of those things. And so it kind of is neat because the colors actually tell you what it is. Pink reminds me to shut off things that are left on, and like the light bluish green color reminds me to turn the delay on and off. So it's a lot of different colors. All right, here we go. 35 seconds. So this is it. This is what it looks like in here. I hope you guys can hear everything. I'm sorry it's not louder.
Oh, we're gonna do
but
cut 3.
Cut 3, stop, start. Got it, no worries.
All right.
Oh man, I hate when her voice comes up against her voice like that. It doesn't sound right. All right, here we go.
Dustin, okay to go to?
I think so. He sounds better.
Trey,
Just, this is Dustin.
Of just joining us, we're talking about
He's a regular caller.
the horrifying
Sometimes
media
he gets a
coverage
little weird.
of the murder in North Carolina. I've never seen Republicans pounce elevated to this level. This is Republicans pounce by soulless, heartless human beings who are simply covering the murder of this young woman. Saying that it's all racial. Yes, a black man murdered this young white girl. And because of that, you know as well as I do, it's radio silence among the mainstream media. The only reason that they're covering it is because social media exists and there is this outpouring of outrage of the lack of coverage of this. It's not covered at all. Again, switch the roles. White man in his 30s stabs to death a young black girl. That is a recipe for international news, for riots in all cities, and Charlotte is burned down the next day in mostly peaceful protests. Let me get to a call. Dustin.
Mostly
in Naples.
peaceful.
Hello, Dustin. You're on 92.5 Fox News.
Hello, thank
Hey.
you for having me.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about the judge in particular. Her name is Teresa Stokes. If you look her up, she's actually listed online as the Director of Operations at Second Chance Services, a Charlotte clinic for mental health and addiction. I find that hilarious that she releases these monsters, essentially just creating business for herself. She's the Director of Operations at this clinic.
What a great point. So, Dustin, what you're getting at is something that is always overlooked by the media. And what that is the business angle of rehabbing offenders. And by the way, Dustin, Second Chance, this was his 14th chance.
Yeah, it was.
And
Absolutely insane.
yes, and what you've recognized is something that is undercovered about, it's very much like when we begin to see the fraud of the government funding NGOs, it's all political purposes, political context, political connections. And that's exactly the same in our major cities where you have these people who run these things. I'm here to help offenders. And they're getting paid as these insane and animals are released onto the streets. Dustin, thank you. A great point. And she is one of 14 judges.
92.5 Fox
However
News.
many
First
there
thing.
were in the process of this guy's life going in and out of the judicial system. Let's take a listen here to CNN now. This is CNN basically shaming people who talk about this in any form of race, and shaming people because all of this is just
Should
a
John put you on hold? Hang
Republican
on.
thing. It's Republicans pouncing. So what you're about to hear is the anchor Abby Phillips here on this show that they do nightly. I just want you to keep in mind that after this guy stabbed her, he walked away stating not once but twice, "I got the white girl. I got the white girl." Let's take a listen to their round table. Want to be there.
And it's
It's
super
about
difficult
forcing
because
to be there.
when you are mentally ill, you have a hard time knowing that you are mentally ill. But also, people like Charlie Kirk, they've been looking for opportunities to make this some sort of reciprocal George Floyd situation. And that's the part that I think he's almost giving away the game.
All right. What does that mean? So what you hear at the beginning
Give it away the
there
game.
is basically, we feel really sorry for this guy who hacked to death the young white girl. Number two, this is clearly just Republicans pouncing. And how dare Charlie Kirk, what the hell? How dare Charlie Kirk compare this to George Floyd? If you were here with us at the beginning of the file, let me just tell you that when we started, I went through headlines from June and July of 2020 that I gathered. And the headlines are all basically like this. Call it white supremacy, the killing of Floyd. It's not my job to absolve your white guilt. Every American needs to know about white supremacy. White supremacy is the most lethal threat to the United States. Those are the headlines then. What you're hearing, seeing, reading now are, boy, this poor guy who murdered the young white girl. And by the way, Republicans suck. They're just awful for doing this. And we'll continue here with Abby Phillips on Charlie. He gave away the game. The game? What are you talking about?
It's sad to see a lot of people going along with it.
Okay, so now we're just condescending. All of you stupid people, you morons, You morons somewhere between here in New York and Los Angeles, you're the problem. Like always. Why? Because you just don't get it. You're just not smart like us. We're in Manhattan. We're on CNN. Clearly we're smarter than you. So now let's go to Van Jones here.
You know, let me just say a couple of things. One is, what happened to that young woman was horrible.
Oh, thank you, Van.
And it's everybody's nightmare. If you're in any public space, subway, whatever, that something bad's gonna happen to you or somebody you care.
Now. But we're gonna get his version of but.
So it does strike a chord. We don't know why that man did what he did.
Okay, really.
Does it?
That white girl, I got that white girl. Let's continue, because it could be about race.
And for Charlie Kirk to say, we know he did it because she's white, when there's no evidence of that.
None.
It's just pure race mongering, hate mongering. It's wrong. Then he says...
It's race mongering. Yeah. The large black man who stabbed the white girl to death and said, I got that white girl. I can't even believe that you could insinuate that that's about race. At this point, in talking about this now, 40-some minutes in, you know what the really uncomfortable truth about all this is that we all know. We all see it. We all know exactly what's happening.
92.5 Fox News. Hello, Joel.
How many times can we say, this was, again, this is a white guy, stabs a black girl. I don't give a damn.
Oh, that sucks.
if
Sorry.
You are the most far-left person listening right now. You know, there's no way that you can be blinded enough to not recognize that if this was a white guy who killed a black girl, it would be not only international news, but there'd be riots in every city. We'd be exactly where we were with Floyd and Charlotte. Charred, burned down, done, gone. In the mostly peaceful
Yeah,
protest.
I see your text now. Do you want to go on the air with Trey?
Single one of us knows that that is the reality. That is the truth. And the entire several days of coverage on this, if they even covered it, is about how terrible Republicans are in their reactions to this. And everyone sees it.
Some of them started with the Republican pouncing part. They never even really, there was no original story. They just started with the pounce.
No coverage on the actual crime.
I'll pass it on. Thank you.
In fact,
Take care.
I believe that there absolutely is a component of this conversation.
92.5 Fox News first thing.
About, mental health, and yes, blue
Rob, we want to
policies,
comment on.
You putting people back on the streets over and over after violent behavior. None of it. No, it's just right away. These Republicans, they're the problem here.
Oh, yeah.
You are the problem. John in Naples, you're on 92.5.
I remember that.
What's up, bud? I think at the end of the day, we know what the mainstream
Robbie,
media
put you on hold. Hang on.
is. How dare you try to politicize this poor black man because he's mentally ill? And on top of that, to reinforce MAGA everywhere in terms of crime control. You're using this as a talking point, and that's what they're saying. But the reality is a life is a life. Every life matters. It's just, like even Brian Skelter last night, or whatever his name is, Stelter, maybe I'm pronouncing it.
Helter Skelter.
I don't watch CNN, but I did see this. And he was trying to not only minimalize her death, but how dare you even make the analogy to other crimes, white on black, which, at the end of the day, it's mostly black on black. We know that. Almost 85 to 90% of the
100, yes, that's absolutely right.
And so it's just, at the end of the day, I think people are getting tired of this. And again, there is a mental health problem, but let's be clear. We definitely need more reforms within the cities, especially with the sentencing and bail reforms, because loons like this do not deserve to ever see the light of the day.
And it was 14 times that should have happened. Well said, John. One other thing to keep in mind here. The Democrats are now talking, about things like prevention and reforms. So let's go back to George Floyd. What was their solution? Their solution was defund the police. Where are our cities now? Every single city has regretted that decision. And by the way, it's loads of major cities across the United States that went that route. New York, Minneapolis, Seattle, Portland, all of them defunded their police. And what ended up happening was cops that had been there for a long time ended up taking early retirement. They don't want to be there anymore. And by the way, you can't even recruit anymore. So you see what happens with crime. The other irony here, by the way, is Donald Trump sends in and federalizes law enforcement in Washington, D.C. Okay? So Trump, who's the racist, because Trump dares point out that this black man killed a white girl, right? So that premise there is Trump's a racist, obviously. We've known he's Hitler since 2016, since he became a Republican, remember. Before that, Trump was totally cool. I mean, every black Hollywood star and hip hop artist loved to be with him.
Yep.
He wasn't Hitler then. He was Hitler when he put an R next to his name. So Trump, who's clearly Hitler, and is Hitler-esque in his sending in the troops into D.C. and threatening Chicago and more, you keep in mind, he's a racist because he points out that a black man killed the white girl simultaneously. Washington, D.C.'s mayor has thanked him for the help that has drastically brought down crime. And if you extrapolate that, here's what Donald Trump has done. Prevented the deaths of God knows how many young black men. Let's repeat that. Donald Trump, by sending in reinforcements to D.C., has helped prevent the senseless, tragic loss of young black men. But he's a racist because he's sending the troops in there that are preventing the deaths of young black men. I mean, only in a liberal's world does all of this rectify and make sense. It's nonsensical. It is emotionally charged garbage, all fulfilling their agenda that is so clearly executed in the mainstream media day in and day out. It's not only been proven statistically. Back to just a few months ago, we covered, the MRC did a very deep dive over like a 15-year period of covering, of dissecting white on black crime, black on white crime, black on black crime, all of them, and then they went in and did research, extensive, exhaustive research on the coverage from the media. And to not one single person's surprise here listening, if it was a white on black crime, especially a white cop with a black victim, the coverage was so obviously disproportionate, like by 300%, a ridiculous number. In this case, this poor girl who escapes, gets out of freaking Ukraine, whatever hellhole's going on there, comes to the United States, settles in Charlotte, minding her own business, gets murdered. And somehow the media twists it to feel sorry for the killer. We're to take a break and come back. I'll get to your calls, 239-479-5592, and maybe lighten it up a little bit. 239-479-5592. I have a few minutes. If you want to call in, you got to call in right now. Callers on hold. I'll get to you. This is The Drive.
All right. Liz Clayman. All right, guys. We are 50 minutes in already, believe it or not. We're going to go for the first 2 hours here on YouTube.
925 Fox News first name.
So we're going to be on for about another hour and 10 minutes here.
Bridget, what city are you coming from? What do you want to comment on? What do you want to comment on?
Just the conversation how Trump has also called for the opening of mental hospitals again.
Sure. Hold please. Hang on.
Okay, so there we go. She's racking up a few calls here. We all have a call screen on our computer screens. She has one, I have one, he has one. We use, believe it or not, Google Docs. And when she's typing the name and town and what he wants to talk about, we can watch it typing out right on ours. It's live. So we use a live screen for that. Like just a Google Doc. We all have a link to it. And then we all three have the text screen as well. And that text screen basically will give you all the text coming in on our call-in line. 239-479-5592 when you call in. If you text in, we get it on the text. If you call in, it comes over on the phone system, but we get both. And we can all three see the text, so that's kind of nice too. We don't have to like tell the other ones what's coming in or what's going on. We can all see it. And then here, we've got our call screen, but also on the call screen, we have any notes about the show, giveaways we're supposed to do, spots or reads we're supposed to do during the show, and also all the cuts that we have prepared before the show. Those cuts are down here. We have that screen also in there and in here, and he can play them on the touch screen. I can play them on the touch screen, or I can play them with my mouse.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool how it
Hello,
works.
Rob. You still there? Okay, great. We're going to come back from break. Let's see, 1, 2, about 3 minutes or so. We're going to take your call, okay? All right, stand in line, please.
I've got a screen here that I use for whatever I'm doing, but I normally leave it on my work email, because if something happens during the show, they'll get a text in that email, in my company email. So I like to keep that up so I can see it. We have a strobe light, believe it or not, down here, a white strobe light. And if our signal goes out for about 8 or 10 seconds, that strobe light will start blinking, and it will sit there and blink until there's 3 or 4 seconds of consistent audio, and then it will turn back off again. They call it a dead air alarm. And it does keep us out of trouble, because we might have both set our headphones down and we don't have the studio speakers turned up. It's a mistake, and something goes silent and you don't know about it. That will alert you that the station has gone silent. A good station, a good radio station, there's no periods of silence. It's pretty much constantly moving. This computer here is playing the spots. I'm sure you can kind of see the movement here as they go up each spot. These are sound clips. These are sound clips. This is the log of what's coming up, so I can see it or massage it or change things around if I need to on the log of what's coming up. And then we've got all of our spots and files and music and everything over here. This is my editor up here. I can do multi-track editing. We don't do any video editing back here. Obviously, it's radio, so it's all audio editing, which is pretty easy. And we use Adobe Audition for that, for both single and multi-track editing. And that's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's a great little system. It works okay. And we're getting ready to get all new equipment over at the new station when we move in there by, they're saying somewhere around the end of the year. So we're really encouraged. I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but it's a lot longer drive for me, but it's going to be nice to be in a new studio. So not that there's really anything wrong with this one. "40 seconds. Okay. Hey, who is that? Sludgeon? Yeah, this is the actual control room for the commercial radio station, 92.5 Fox News, where I work. And I'm currently producing the show that I've been producing for a long time now, and that's The Drive with Trey Radel. And I got Kat here, my call screener. Trey's in the other room in the studio, and we are rocking and rolling here. We are 54 minutes into our show today. I'm gonna be carrying this for a little over another hour. Okay, here we go.
Trey, your host of the drive. Excuse me. Let's go to Rob in Fort Myers. Rob, you're 92.5 Fox News.
How you doing? It just draws parallels to me with the whole George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin case, that the media was so itching, for that story until they realized he was Hispanic. And then what they call him, a white Hispanic.
Yeah.
Because it didn't fit their narrative. And now you see it and they jump on stories like Mr. Penny, who stopped that crazy person on the train. Somehow he's a racist. Like he wanted to hurt somebody, and all he was doing was protecting people.
Yep.
It's awful. It's race. They throw race into it because they want to keep us divided, and then the real stories they don't cover.
Yeah, and the only reason that this story is getting coverage is because of the absolute outpouring of outrage on social media in particular.
That's it.
It finally got the attention of mainstream media, but this is an exact type of story that it's not how, at the very beginning, it's not how they cover it, it's that they don't cover it at all. There's no coverage. And that's what happens. And that's the way it is. I've got just less than a minute left. Bridget, Naples, go for it.
Hi, I just wanted to mention too how the media and the Dems attack Trump when he comes up with solutions for problems like the mental health institutes, bring the hospitals back. People who have been arrested 14 times. Sometimes it's mental health; they need to be stabilized, and they turn Trump into this monster for suggesting a solution.
Bridget, so brilliant.
Yeah.
100%. And in fact, when Trump goes to Washington, D.C. and oversees the decrease of carjackings by 80%, somehow that's a problem. Think about that.
Right.
Donald Trump goes in and sets a record in D.C. with not one single homicide over a week period in the first time in years. And yet, he's the problem. You're right.
He's the problem, yeah.
And Bridget, you're exactly right. He did suggest mental institutions, which now the Democrats are going to make that their idea. And then it'll be good. Bridget, well said. I appreciate the call. We got to take a break. I'm Trey Radel. This is Drive.
All right, clear. That's our first hour done. Oop. Once again, I can't set the headphones down. I have to keep reminding myself that I need to keep one ear on the station. If you're good, I think I'm going to run upstairs.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, you'll just have to turn this on. It's too early for the
I got
news.
it.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, everybody, I'll be right back. I'm going to run upstairs and fill my drink.
92.5 Fox News, first name. Hi, this is the Drive with Trey Radel. What's your first name?
That's going good, and it hasn't been distracting.
Yes, can you hear me? Okay, great. I need to put you on a brief hold. Be right back. Hang on. 92.5 Fox News, please hold. Be right back. All right, thank you for holding. What is your first name, please? Eleanor, what city calling from? All right, and what do you want to comment on?
I wanted to comment on, Trey was just talking about the murder of the young lady, and there was another murder this weekend of a white female veterinarian near Auburn Veterinary School.
Oh, wow.
And she was brutally stabbed and murdered. I believe it was this weekend, 59-year-old.
Oh, Eleanor, let me put you on hold. Hang on. Thank you for holding. What's your first name? Hey, Evan, haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Okay. Well, what you want to talk to Trey about? I need you to be more specific. That's probably for Friday, because right now we've been talking about that subway stabbing in Charlotte. Okay. Yeah. Just hang on. I gotta catch the news real quick. Hang on. Okay, sorry. Ian went upstairs. I'm here by myself at the second. Yeah, that's definitely a Friday topic. If we get to something along those lines before Friday, you feel welcome to call back in, okay? All right. When it's too late? Yeah, go ahead. All right, thank you, Evan.
All right. Yes, Legend, we are live. This is a live show. It's 1 minute after 6 p.m. Eastern right now. We are in our Fox News top of the hour right now.
His authority by using
I guess I can play that. Nobody cares.
The import taxes.
Fox's Jared Halper at the White House. Princeton University grad student Elizabeth Surkoff, who was kidnapped in Iraq in 2020 while doing research there, has been freed and turned over to U.S. authorities. That's according to her family and President Trump. Wall Street stocks drifted to more records after the revised jobs numbers showed employers added 911,000 fewer jobs. The Dow added 196, the NASDAQ plus 80. America's listening to Fox News.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things.
Okay. All right. So anyway, thank you for being here. Those of you that are just coming and going in and out of the broadcast here. Yeah, we've got some folks in there. This is the control room at 92.5 Fox News Radio in Fort Myers, Florida, and we are producing the #1 local talk radio show and one of the #1 shows on the station and in the area, and that's The Drive with Trey Radel. I have produced this show since it started 7, 8 years ago, whatever it's been. Right? I can't play the commercials and the music for you guys, the bumper music, because it'll get me in trouble. So what we're doing, I've got the board configured so that you guys can hear the callers and you can hear Trey and you can hear us and everybody, but I don't have it set up. I can't let you hear the commercials and the music because I'll end up with 50 copyright things on me. They're real jerks about that, but I kind of understand it, but it's like, come on. I think anything under 30 seconds of music should not count. It's not like we're rebroadcasting somebody's song, but that's the way they look at it. I'll have 9 seconds of a song and I'll go back and look, and you know what it was? Somebody drove by in a car. It's like stupid.
Wow.
During the Edison Festival of Light, I had 5 or 6 times I had to cut things out because the music on the floats that were going by. So, and I had to literally go in and have it take out that music out of that section. I mean, it's one thing if you're running a channel on YouTube and you're playing other people's music and that's how you're making your money. That's not right. We've got laws for that, But it's another thing when it's an incidental exposure to the music. It's like I'm not playing the music. They're playing the music. They're driving by. I can't control it,
I'm sorry, but we're going to move on from.
Okay, I'll let her know. Hello, Eleanor. Are you still there? Hello? Eleanor, can you hear me? Eleanor, can you hear me? Okay, I'm just gonna hang up on her. If she calls back, I'll explain. There she is. 92.5 Fox News. Is this Eleanor? Oh, you know what? I think it's on my end. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Okay, guys,
Okay,
we're
I
back
can hear
in
you now. Sorry,
about
my
15 seconds here.
headset wasn't working. So we were actually moving on to other topics. Yeah, appreciate you calling in. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, the opener's playing.
Trey, Radel, your host of The Drive. Ian handed me an article today and said, we won.
Victory is ours.
You want to elaborate?
Yes, Cracker Barrel. They finally rolled over on the rest of it today. The 4 that they've remodeled will be the only 4 that they remodel. And yes, it's a victory. It's a victory for the squeaky wheel because we got the grease. And I love it. I think this shows you the power of when we all get together and start bitching with a unified voice.
Even the Democrats on social media, their official Democrat, like the DNC account on X, they were like, we don't like this either.
Oh my God.
They were bitching about it. So,
We're so polarized now. If you've got both sides against you, you're doomed.
baby.
92.5 Fox News. Hello,
Cracker
Jim.
Barrel, as Ian has mentioned, they're suspending the remodels at, by the way, 660 locations.
See, I think of things like this. How much of that material had already been ordered? How much of these contractors are already under contract?
To Coca-Cola.
New code.
So there are all these conspiracies that, this is all planned, and that it was just to get people interested in Cracker Barrel again.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not buying that.
I saw the new menus. They were not. They were not
What
good.
that ties into is this theory that Coca-Cola in 1985 created the new formula simply to get people interested in a brand again. So there's this account that I follow on X. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it does it does all these deep dives on marketing and branding, and I love it because it will show cool ads from over the years. And in fact, even in what I do outside of radio, it's given me some great ideas, things to think about. Well, the account did a really deep dive on why Coca-Cola executives decided that they needed to blow up their formula. Look, I would turn to Cracker Barrel. Let me stick with this for a second. It'll bring us back to it. So it was really interesting because it brought up a lot of nostalgia and memories. Chum, do you remember the Pepsi Challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens, and this is like rough, I want to, like these dates off the top of my head from reading this. It's like 1981, 2, somewhere around there. Pepsi does this ad campaign, and it's radically different from anything that had ever been done before. They actually go out and film real people. And they have them doing the blind taste test challenge of Pepsi versus Coke. And they actually bring data scientists in to observe, to mark down, and show that in this taste test challenge, the Pepsi challenge, as they brilliantly branded it, that people preferred Pepsi. And with all their data, they're like, 9 times out of 10, whatever it was. And at Coca-Cola's headquarters in Atlanta, they take notice of this ad campaign. And they start to get nervous. For multiple reasons here, by the way. Again, just as a marketing nerd, I find it fascinating that this is a really new way of running an ad. That you're out there And you're seeing people that are like you, like it's just somebody who got pulled in from the side of the road, and you come and you do the challenge, blind taste test, and they branded the Pepsi challenge, and people have a real affinity for the commercials. But what it also conveys is like, look, you've been brainwashed. This other product is trash. Give us a taste. If you did it without knowing, you'd love it. And they branded the Pepsi challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So Coke executives start seeing this, and it makes them really nervous again because of all the new dynamics of the ad and the Pepsi challenge, the branding. And then comes in Michael Jackson. You remember Michael Jackson was the Pepsi guy.
Was he really?
And Michael Jackson's got freaking Thriller. He's got hits. He's the man. He's doing the moonwalk with Pepsi. He's got the glove. And that's when the crap hits the fan. And Coca-Cola executives then start seeing not only the branding and the brilliant ad campaign that is backed up like with stats and the star power of Michael Jackson, and they start seeing the demographics, and younger people are choosing Pepsi. And what did they do? I mean, they basically freaked out. That's what this, again, in me reading this and see, by the way, as I'm reading this, it's like it all makes sense. Wow. And look, this is in part, this is my childhood, right? Like, I remember these things. I remember the Pepsi challenge and Michael Jackson. And so the Coca-Cola executives hit the panic button. And they're like, we got to do something here. Okay, this ad campaign that they got has just killed us. Then they get Michael Jackson. But what really, really set them off was watching the demographics change, that this is now a massive age shift. Old people drink Coca-Cola, young people drink Pepsi. We need to do something. We got to capture that audience, or we're going to be dominated. And keep in mind, by the way, Coca-Cola still, though, was just dominating. Like, it I guess, for a long time always has, but they still hit the panic button. And when they do, what they decide they need to do is change the formula. By the way, let's observe that for a second. What the hell are you thinking? Like, maybe change your branding, do some different marketing, do something. But to go and blow up, by the way, something that is kind of historically relevant in the United States. Let me tell you, I know that I'm having random thoughts here, but hang with me. All this always ties back together. I am traveling on a bus from Jerusalem to Cairo, Egypt. And we had passed through what was then really was Gaza really didn't exist in the way it does now, but we travel through, heavily armed border crossings. We get into, and we cross Suez Canal, and we're in the desert, man. In the bare bone desert, where the only things that we're seeing are occasional mud huts and dudes all wrapped up and herding goats. And this, what I visually can see in my head today, stuck with me in such an incredible way. We're in the middle of the desert. We're driving this road. Occasionally they're basically mud huts or buildings or whatever that are on the sides of the road. And on one of them is a massive but faded red sign of "Enjoy Coca-Cola" in Arabic. That to me, that moment in my life, and this is many, many years ago, I was like, wow, the stretch of America in so many different ways is so amazing. Talk about, you always hear about things like propaganda, soft tyranny, this and that. You know what the best export for America has always been, and why we have strength around the world? Is just because we do awesome stuff. Like, our movies are great. Our sodas are awesome. Like, things like that have genuinely put us, for the most part, in maybe not so much recently, but in the likes of the world. Coca-Cola had already, in the early 80s been spread out all over the world. They've still got market dominance. But they're looking at these factors. Again, the age shift, the branding of the Pepsi Challenger, Michael frickin' Jackson, and they decide, let's do it. Let's change the formula. And by the way, I hate Pepsi, and it's a bad joke if I say
Oh, I hate it. Hate it.
I prefer, I don't know about you guys, very quick.
Dr. Pepper. I don't like the taste of Coke, and Pepsi's way too sweet. Horribly.
I like them both, but I much prefer Coke.
Coke is too
But my favorite
carbonated.
is a Mountain Dew, which is a Pepsi product, so I kind of go,
The sweet comment is what I was getting. The Pepsi,
Yeah, it's so sweet.
Yeah.
the way that was thoroughly recognized by Coca-Cola executives. They said that, Pepsi's got this much sweeter formula. We need to change ours to be more like that. And again,
They made Coke sweeter?
yeah, think about that though. Think about that.
New Coke, yeah.
Oh.
More like the competitor. I don't know about that. You're talking about where I had started the Egypt tangent was that Coca-Cola formula truly has a place in American history. It really does. It's something unique, it's new, it's different, and spreads around the world. And yet, they still were like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and change it. Look at this. They got Michael Jackson, young kids are trying to. I mean, what a pathetic response. So they change the formula, and it is now known as one of the most profound mistakes in all of American history with the product.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's literally the case study of what not to do, dumbass.
And it's so similar to Cracker Barrel because basically they're both were a piece of Americana, and you went and just changed it on a whim. It's like without even any thought put into it or something.
I have theories on what Cracker Barrel, the CEO, did. And I think it's similar to Coca-Cola where they looked around. If you look at what they tried to do with Cracker Barrel, it's really a lot like First Watch. Look, I love First Watch. First Watch recently is revamped and stuff, and cool. I'm good with, I'll give First Watch props all day. I love it. They had changed kind of the aesthetics, everything from like the clean lines. I'm getting really nerdy here, but very much like a corporate Chipotle or even Taco Bell that's changed some of it. You see a cleaner, this logo cleaner is one word. The word that I would use is vapid, this emptiness, this empty corporate look, and that's exactly
Sterile.
Yeah, yes. That's exactly what Cracker Barrel began to go with. They're getting rid of the Americana components of it, even inside the shops, of all the weird, quirky things you see. And then, of course, the gentleman on the logo, I'm having a brain fart on his name. What's his name again?
Uncle Herschel.
Herschel. And they said, we're going to go with a more corporate, sterile look.
It's awful.
And here we are. And if you're just joining us in this take on Coca-Cola then,
They're
and
gonna
what
change
they
the
did
peg
to
again
Cracker
back?
Barrel now, they've dropped every single restaurant remodel.
Good.
Keeping Uncle Herschel. And I went into the Coca-Cola component of that there are still these conspiracy theories today that state that Coca-Cola only did that to win back a bunch of people. Look, maybe, we'll never know. I don't know. Everything that I've just gone through makes sense to me of how people sometimes make rash decisions based on emotion and the feeling in the moment. And by the way, you can never discount what I always call the feeling in the moment. And that comes from my political background. There are so many piss poor mistakes made by people like candidates that are in the moment. You're in the moment now. Don't do it. Don't react that way. You're in the moment. You need time to breathe before you decide to do something. And people make these decisions in the moment. With Cracker Barrel and the thoughts that they did this just so they could revitalize their business, oh my God, I'd go back to exactly where you started, Ian. How many materials ordered? How many contractors canceled? I mean, Do you know the penalties that have to be with some of those contracts? Oh my God.
Yeah.
660 locations. How many were under contract? What would,
Even if 10% of them were under some kind of contract, you're talking about millions of dollars.
of loss? Straight loss.
So I personally don't think this was a stunt. I actually think it was out of touch DEI types that got on the board here.
CEO, what we've seen is she's
Yeah.
done all the things of, it's pride at Cracker Barrel, we accept all trends at Cracker Barrel. And again, go with that more kind of corporate sterile look, and we're gonna get rid of these things that are Americana, and certainly get rid of the things that are associated with the South.
Oh yes, definitely.
God, we'd never want that. We have to take a break. I'm Trey Radel, this is The Drive.
All right.
His mic is still on. His mic is still on. Trey's there. Never mind. He got it. He got it.
Okay, so we're in a 4-minute commercial break here.
Did you send me the 5 o'clock?
No, I didn't. Let me get that right now. All right, yeah, and I put in the 6, which I need to double check that. But I put in the 6, I got the 7 ready. I wish this process didn't take so damn long.
Right? It shouldn't have to take that long.
All right. Replace. There you go. All right, let me see what's.
Our teachers and the Lee County School District getting closer to a deal. Tonight on Wink News, we talk to both sides and see where they stand after negotiations.
We have to. We listen to everything that airs. So I wait till a break and then I listen to
Flood
it.
insurance discount. That's because the county earned a Class 5 rating from the National Flood Insurance Program's Community Rating System. Charlotte County is one of only 68 communities in the state with the Class 5 rating. Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers is looking for the driver of a pickup truck who caused a
Oh, so
three-car
this is
crash.
like a-
It happened on
not
August
that long of a
31st,
break.
Pine Island Road and North Cleveland Avenue in North Fort Myers. If you know anything about the crash,
It's gonna be just under 3 minutes.
Remain anonymous and could receive
Yeah,
a
that's all I have, like-
$3,000 reward.
Oh, I didn't see the back end.
First,
Oh, sorry, like a
everywhere.
couple of minutes.
Yeah, you'll have 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes.
All right, I'll tell Jim we'll get to him.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Jamie, still there?
Thank you.
Okay, why does my headset keep doing that? Hang on, Jim, I can't hear you. There we go. Hello. Okay, I can hear you now. We're gonna get you called. We come back from break in about a minute and a half or so, okay? I did not know that. I've never seen that commercials before. I was too young. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put you on hold. Hang on.
Commercials for what?
So when Michael Jackson did the commercial,
Oh, yeah.
the pyrotechnics almost cinched his hair off.
Did cinch his hair. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He
I've
was
never seen a
slightly
commercial.
injured, actually.
That's
Yes.
terrible.
Oh, yeah. It was a big
It's a
deal.
commercial. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah. The one thing you had to be careful with that Jerry curl because it was like flammable.
Gosh.
Luckily, they're trying to not make flammable hair products anymore. It's a good
Are
idea.
they trying hard enough?
I think it's a good idea. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Back. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, we're going to be on for about another about 35 minutes, and then I'm going to be signing us off here on the YouTube, and I'll be back on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Here we go. Sorry, I can't play you guys the music.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive. Let's get to Jim and Lehigh. Jim, you're on 92.5 Fox News. What's up, bud?
Hey, Trey, remember when Pepsi did that commercial? They burned Michael Jackson's hair, put him in the
Oh,
hospital.
that's right.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
that's right. He was doing the Pepsi commercial when he got burned.
You know, that was even more publicity. But Ian, are you there, Ian?
Yeah, I'm here.
The only way you're going to win here is they fire that CEO. That's it.
Well, that would definitely be a clean win, but yeah.
That's the only way you're going to win.
I think I meant more. It was a win for Americana because we got our restaurants back. I mean that's kind of what I meant. But no, I agree with you. A clean win would require her to go down the road.
Yeah, because people have been complaining about their food for the last year as it is, because when she's been in. So, just saying. You know,
Complaining about their food?
Yeah, people say the food is going downhill too.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Yeah, it has actually.
And I saw the thing the other day on one of the on YouTube that nobody's even going to Cracker Barrel right now. Still.
Well, I wonder, yeah. And if there's a conspiracy that they did this and it was all to get people to come back, we'll see whether or not people.
Well, they expended off all of their loyal people that do come to the restaurant, trying to get people that were probably never going to come to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their meatloaf is awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I have never had the meatloaf there at.
Isn't that something your mother makes you eat? Meatloaf.
You're not a meatloaf.
No, it's a waste of good ground beef.
Oh, when you put gravy on it, though, let me tell you.
Well, dude, you can make anything good with gravy.
That's right. Gravy or bacon, right?
Yeah.
Both, yeah.
My man, thank you, bud. Good to hear your voice. Let's do it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Give us a shout.
All right, here we go. We're going to do the contest
I've
now.
got $50.
$50.
$50 to give away to Jimmy the Beef Guy.
There's the
Give us a
accent.
call, 239-479-5592.
There's the
That's
voice.
239-479-5592. $50 to give away to Jimmy the Beef Guy. He's got 2 locations. You got one there on the south side there, Bonita Beach Road in 41. You got another one up here, a little bit further north in Fort Myers, near the hospital.
92.5 Fox News,
Right
first
back
name.
to the drive.
John, you calling for trivia?
Wait,
what city you calling
the
from?
giveaway is for Jimmy the Beef Guy.
Oh, please.
He does the whole contest in a Chicago
92.5
accent.
Fox News, please hold. 92.5 Fox News, please hold. 92.5 Fox News, first name. Rick, what city are you calling from? Rick and Karen. Okay, hold please. Thank you for holding. What's your first name? Say your first name again?
I don't think their food's gone that far downhill.
Peter, what city are you calling from?
It certainly isn't as good as it was 20 years ago, but
Hold for trivia, please. I'll tell you, we went there not last Sunday, but the Sunday before, after we had taken care of some stuff. And I got what I always get, the chicken and dumplings. It was more like a stew. It was chicken and dumplings supposed to be creamy. It was not creamy.
Really?
It was like a stew.
it was more like chicken gravy?
Yes. And
Ugh.
it was salty as fuck.
Well, I like the salty part, but I can do that myself.
Exactly.
Food shouldn't be cooked with too much
No,
salt in
because
it.
I can add my own salt to
Right.
taste. But it wasn't right. It didn't taste right.
Oh, man.
No, it wasn't right. And that was the one over here by Daniel's.
Yeah. I had their country steak about 3 months ago. It was good.
I've never liked their
Oh.
country steak, but that's just I'm not a country steak person.
Oh, I'm a big country fried steak. But see, I get the brown gravy, not the sawmill gravy.
The brown gravy's always better.
Yeah, I like the brown gravy. Well, I love sawmill gravy on biscuits in the morning or on my eggs.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes to later on, when I've got like a roast or something,
You need brown gravy
I
for
want
that.
brown
It's not
gravy.
the same.
Yeah.
Thanks for holding. First name. Scott, what city are you coming from? Hold for trivia, please. All right, there we go. Okay, now I need to redo this. It's doing it again, Ian, with the thing. It's cutting off sections of it. I have to start over.
I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know. Because if I have to get it, and then when I reload it, it's fine. And I don't understand.
I wonder if it's not loading all the way originally or something. I don't know.
Well, no, because when you sent it to me this time, it was like 20 minutes after. So it all should have loaded correctly.
Definitely should have
And
loaded.
I've done it 3
and
minutes
it shouldn't
after.
load if it's not done.
Exactly. And I've taken it when it's 3 minutes after and it's fine. So sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. I don't get it.
I know, and now we're giving away $50 gift certificate to Jimmy the Beef Guy here in Fort Myers and Bonita Springs.
I wish he was open later because I could stop by.
That's where you
Because
go to get the beef.
He's closed
What should we do,
on my way to work.
trivia?
It's disappointing. What? What?
What do you
Trey
want to
say?
trivia on? I suggested yesterday and it was a disaster, so... Remember I said local and it ended up like nobody knew any of the questions.
Because no one keeps up with that stuff. They just.
They were out front with torches when I got off work. So I don't know.
Wow.
Why don't you look up the top 10 worst corporate blunders? It's pretty funny. We've already got callers on the line and we don't know what questions we're going to ask. This is radio. This shit's done from the seat of your pants and it's done on the fly. A lot of times. We do a lot of prep for the topics and prints and with lots of cuts so that we can play the different sound effects and the different, people talking and stuff like that. However, when it comes to stuff like these in-show elements like this, we do it pretty much on the fly. See, some of our texters really like Cracker Barrel. I like Cracker Barrel. It wasn't their food that drove me away. They got real expensive there.
It's
And
not as
everybody caught up to them
budget-friendly as
now.
it used to be, yeah.
They're just as expensive as everybody else now. Their prices are actually probably considered fair at this point. Well, considering you get cornbread and biscuits and you get everything else. I mean, I always take home my cornbread and biscuits and eat it later. So to me, I'll take home a little bit of my country fried steak and mashed potatoes. I take home all the fried apples because I don't ever get to that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll end up taking home 2 cornbreads and a biscuit. It's a whole meal the next day. Well, if I can get 2 meals out of $14, $13, $14, that's really not bad.
No, it's not.
Now, but if I get 1 meal out of it and it goes in the garbage and I don't take nothing home, that's a lot of money for 1 meal for me. I don't like to spend $13, $14 on a meal. The chat room says we're making them hungry. I know, Victor.
Then go make dinner.
Yeah, make dinner. Aren't you home? Go turn that pan on and throw some beef in it. That's all you got to do there for the Jimmy the Beef Guy.
Okay, I think I got this all taken care of now.
He's got the biggest beef package in town there. That's what he calls it.
I know.
That's what he calls
It's
it.
just funny.
Check out my beef package. You buy it by the pound, 40 pounds of beef in a package. All right, here we go. No auto pins here, buddy. Here we go. There we do.
Trey, Radel, your host of The Drive. All right, for trivia to Jimmy the Beef Guy. I've got some marketing success trivia questions.
Oh, he's actually going to do
it? Wonder. And we first go to, now, I guess 2 heads are better than 1. Rick and Karen, both listen.
All right, hit us up. Hi, Trey.
Hello, Trey.
Hey, everybody, it's the Rick and Karen Show out of Lehigh. What's on your mind today?
Well, we're from Chicago, and we've never been to Jimmy's the Beef. It would be great if we win.
All right.
You'll have to split the ticket though.
Yeah, we've got $25 twice to give away, apparently.
I can do that.
And where in Chicago are you from?
North suburbs, Deerfield.
Deerfield.
I grew up in the north side, Harlem and Irving area.
Harlem, Irving. It's not that far. To be further north, you'd have to be in Rogers Park. But after that, you get to Evanston, which isn't really Chicago. All right.
Not at all. Yeah.
Not at all.
I start with this. Which car model was a flop, a massive flop in the 1970s, partly because of its unsafe design and marketing failures symbolizing corporate negligence?
The Pinto?
You are correct. You got it. The Ford Pinto. That was a hard one.
Wow.
Too. That was
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm glad he answered, because I was going to pick something else.
The Ford Pinto. You got it.
I
Congratulations.
owned one.
Did you really?
Yes, but it was the station wagon, which actually was not a problem because the gas tank was located in a different place.
That was the issue with the Ford, where the gas tank was, which made it unsafe in crashes or something, like they blew up.
They put it right behind the rear bumper. It was literally right behind the bumper. So if something hit you in the back, the gas would just go everywhere.
That's dangerous.
Hopefully you don't catch on fire. Hopefully, it was the 1970s, everybody's smoking cigarettes. Did you?
No,
Did you smoke cigarettes in your Pinto?
not cigarettes.
Nice.
Really well done. Now, do you have a medicinal card today? Or are you done with all that?
No, I do. I do.
Really?
Everybody down here has a medicinal card.
The first time I purchased it legally and didn't feel like a criminal.
Yeah.
And my wife even has a caregiver card.
Oh, wow.
No, yeah, a caregiver card, which allows me to carry his stuff.
Oh, well, I didn't know the legalities of that.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Ian, you trying to, I don't know the rules on that. You
Well, yeah, no, what it is if you're unable to have it or carry it or go get it, then you could actually assign a caregiver that would then they would get a card as well that they can carry your stuff and buy your stuff for you. Yeah.
So Rick, you can carry it or do whatever you purchase, carry it, and your wife there, and she can just have it. Like that's
Have it in her possession
right
legally.
Huh. And you don't need to go to a back alley on the south side of Chicago to go get it.
Not anymore.
You don't want it to fit.
There you are, making the case for eliminating the black market. Rick and Karen,
Right.
damn straight. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing and cracking the joke. So I'm gonna throw you on hold. And look at that, you got $50. The Jimmy the Beef guy, you could go get an Italian sausage. You could go get. They got the Maxwell Polish. He's got the Italian beef. Don't ask for dip. And what are you gonna ask for with it?
Chardonnay.
Yes! All right, good work. All right, we'll throw you on hold. Congrats, Rick and Karen. There we have it.
Hello, Rick and Karen. Are you still
By
there?
the way, as we talk about marketing. And
All right. Have either of
Yeah.
you ever won anything at this
that guy
station
has
before?
killed it with that.
Yeah.
Jimmy the
Okay.
Beef guy,
So who
driving
wants
in
to
random
have their
parts of
information in the
County,
system?
Collier County, and he's got I guess he's got a sign
All
or
right.
something on his car, and people will.
Rick, what is your last name?
It's not Gardini. Like, by the way, what a
Or what's a good
random
email
ass
address
thing to
for
have
you?
yelled at you. Like, it's not something like, I love your cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Great tits. It's, hey, it's
At
not
Gmail.
Gardini, it's Jordan.
What's a good phone number for you?
What?
His tagline is correcting your English.
And by the way, talking about a really random condiment, I've
What's your
never
date of
heard
birth, the month, the day, and year?
Jordan Erickson, I went to Chicago. Hey, you ever heard of that?
No.
1969?
No, we got Gardini down here.
I've never I've never heard of
59,
it.
okay, thank you.
Now, can you give me?
And what's a good
just-
mailing address?
God, good luck spelling it. But I'm just curious if that's something that like many cities and cultures do, they adopt something from, the country of origin that they come from and make it their own.
Zip code?
Anybody in Cincinnati, you know what gutta is. I say the word gutta to anybody else, including these two.
Okay, so I'm just gonna verify your email address one more time is drumwithrick@gmail.com.
Gutta? Have either of you ever heard of gutta?
Okay, good. Create, assign winner. So what's going to happen is you're going to
Yeah,
receive
first
an email
here's even better, it's
about the
spelled
certificate. It's going to come from
GOTTA.
wfsx@yourfavoritestation.com.
What is
If
that?
you do not see it in your inbox
It's
in the next
this
24 to
thing that
48 hours,
is
please check
kind
your
of
spam and junk
like a
folders.
German
It's very important that you have that email because that's how you verify your information in our
immigrants from
automated
Germany
system.
arrive in
Once your
Cincinnati,
information
gutta
is
was something
verified,
they
we
made
will
like
physically
boats
mail you a gift card or a
barley
gift
and
certificate to
sausage.
Jimmy the Beef.
Okay, so
that can be
jardiniere
used
is an
at either
Italian
Bonita or
pickled
Fort Myers.
condiment of various vegetables such as carrots,
All right.
celery,
You're
cauliflower,
welcome.
and bell peppers,
Oh, thank
preserved
you. I'm
in
glad
an
that you
oil
guys
or
listen. Appreciate that.
vinegar brine.
But is it,
It's tangy and slightly spicy flavor from vinegar and chili flakes.
never saw it in Italy. I mean, look, not that I was out there hunting down jardiniere in Italy, but I would think that was something,
Oh my goodness.
Americans.
Well, enjoy the show. You guys have a good night.
Certain things, adopt them, change them, or whatever, and it's from, it's
Bye.
like an Italian.
Yeah,
92.5
that's what it
Fox
says.
News first
Yeah.
name.
Okay.
We need to have Jimmy the Beef Guy come here and explain it on the air for us. That's what we need.
I see.
Bring some sandwiches.
Does it say where in Italy it is
Cool.
from?
All right, and then tell me what it is you wanted to comment
I've
on?
never seen that anywhere in Italy, when I was there. And I lived there
Is-
fairly decent amount of time. I don't know, maybe somebody who's from
Okay,
Italy.
spell
know
that,
you
'cause
have
I
a few
wasn't
names, or I've
listening to that
spoken
part of the
some Italians
conversation.
From Italy, that have called in before, like, did you ever see Jordan?
Okay. Hold, please.
The motherland, 239-479.
Hey, Scott, we have our winners. You can try again tomorrow,
Let's
okay?
go to Jeff in the Cape on German food. Hello, Jeff.
Peter, we have a winner. You can try again tomorrow.
I love gutta.
Gutta,
Thank
yes.
you.
Are you familiar with Cincinnati, or did you grow up there? Or
This
what?
is the Undertaker.
Oh, from
This
Kentucky?
is your buddy from Kentucky.
Oh, sure. Who grew up right across the river. Yeah, so you had Gutta in northern Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, the warehouse was over there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and they would even have it frozen for you so you could take it home and make it yourself.
Nice.
And a lot of historic restaurants up there had it.
Yo, yeah, like you do Gutta on your pizza. La Rosa's, a Cincinnati chain, offered Gutta on pizza. I've had it before. It's all right.
You had it in your eggs, scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Or you had it plain.
Yep. Yeah. Typically, it was it's a breakfast thing, like sausage. Yeah,
Like
makes sense.
scrapple?
And when we had the craft fairs or the regatta fest or whatever, they had it up there in the food trucks.
Nice. Getting hungry here, man. I appreciate it, my
Yeah,
man.
me
There you
too.
go. Jeff the Undertaker, from Kentucky, calling from the Cape. In the cuisine of Chicago, an oil-based marinara is often used as a condiment, typically as a topping on Italian beef sandwiches, subs, and pizza. Yeah. Yes. And it's
I was not gonna stop on the way home and get something to eat. Now I'm stopping on the way home to get something to eat. You've made me thoroughly hungry now.
Jimmy, where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, I will say that one thing I respect too about the jardiniere that Jimmy does is it packs a punch.
It's warm. Yeah, it sure is.
Mhm.
I do, one of the things sometimes a food snob, but a food snob who the guys love Taco Bell. Ian and I I just had Taco Bell last night too.
Really? I think I did too, Alan.
I ramped up some exercise, play some tennis. So when I do that, I'm starving at night. Starving. I mean, I whacked down like 3 burritos, man. I had those. Oh my God, their steak grilled cheese burritos are so.
Yeah, those are good.
Good. Anyway, to go back to Jimmy, it packs a punch. I love it when a restaurant is like, look, I'm not messing around. I'm not going to give you like the G-rated version of my hot sauce. you're at least gonna get PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
That's a product of corporate restaurants because none of them have anything that has a bite anymore. I love when you go in there. Taco Bell has fire sauce. I literally eat that stuff like I'll literally put 20 packets of fire sauce all over, and I hardly break out in a sweat. It's really not that hot. I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to hurt myself, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to need hospitalization. However, I hate how bland a lot of times food becomes at corporate chains.
Yes.
That's what Diablo sauce is for,
I
Ian.
think there have been some changes, though. I think look, while we're here, one quick last nerd out, as we've gone from like marketing, branding, and now into food. If you want to see cultural assimilation in the United States today, let me just throw out some words. Mojito, sriracha, Chipotle. Like, the fact that they're at TGI Fridays is remarkable. That it shows how the world would make fun of the American palate. It's so bland. You love your steaks, barely any salt. You know, you have your cheeseburgers and milkshakes. But like today, you know, you walk into your local Applebee's, bro, and you could get your sriracha wings. You could get your Thai infused garlic ginger chicken on top of Alfredo if you want, and it goes to show that that America has gotten a little bit more flavorful, if you will. But I do love the heat, and that's where this came from. Was Jimmy Cuts a Punch? Try that Jardinero, not Gardenia. We're gonna take a break and be back. Phone line's open, 239-479-5592 is the phone number. I'm Trey Radel Drive.
All right, guys. One more segment, and then we're going to shut down the YouTube.
Oh, 92.5 Fox News, first name. Hey, Jack, what's up? You trying to get us murdered? Oh my gosh. Jack, you're crazy. I'll pass it on. I'm not going to have this call go on the air, but I'll pass it on to him. Okay, thank you. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh. All right. Thanks everybody for coming in. Sludgeon and Jeff. Jeff owns this. Red. Victor, thank you guys for coming in. Billy. And we're gonna do this. I just was in there talking to Trey. We're gonna do this. We'll do this more often. I'll do this I don't know. I'm not going to commit to a schedule, but we'll do this more often. Also on Saturday, Sunday this week. I think it's going to end up being Sunday. No promises, but I do believe on Sunday I'm going to be taking you guys on a trip all the way around Lake Okeechobee. And we're going to talk about the science of the fourth largest lake in the United States, including the fact that the lake is so large that the curvature of the earth comes up in the middle of the lake higher than you're standing on the edge. So in other words, no matter what optics you use, you cannot see the other side of the lake. Because the curvature of the earth brings the water up between you and the coast on the other side. So it looks like an ocean. And we're going to talk all about that. I'm going to drive you guys to the two different locks that they're always talking about. And we're going to go through Moorhaven, and we're going to check out Okeechobee. There's some neat things there, some all kinds of tanks and different things there. We're going to check out all that. There's a lot to check out. It's about a 4.5 hour drive all around, because we're going to be making some stops. It's going to be my first big road trip that I'm doing with you guys, and we're going to see how it goes. All right, here we go. We're coming back in the show. This will be the last segment. We're broadcasting on YouTube, and then I'll be on tonight at 9 p.m. All right, here we go.
Trey, Radel, your host of The Drive. Speaking of food, the food trucks there in the Cape are near our 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags as well. Dexter, see ya, love it. You get to go to the food truck parties, get to see the flags. For any of you that want to check that out before they're taken away on September 12th, we did our memorial there for the victims of 9/11. It's a pretty amazing sight to see 2,997 flags planted in the ground there at Bernice Braden Park, which is at the foot of the Cape Coral Bridge on the Cape Coral side. So you're coming from College, shooting over the bridge there into Cape Coral, and you'll see it right there on the right, and you can go and check it out. And for those of you that got to come last week, it was great to see you, and just an amazing event. So thank you for that. The other kind of like random stuff here that I want to chat with you about before we get into the 7 o'clock hour, which is Trump Country 93.7. They're doing their whole cancelable, right? But this station has now made national news. And CBS News.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Florida Country radio station rebranded itself.
This is one of our other stations, Trump Country.
The day the president was inaugurated, and I do this whole article on it. And on Facebook, oh my God, you should you want to talk about libs getting triggered. I mean, the comments, but we're not a cult, LOL. And apparently this isn't Trump derangement syndrome. Are you still wondering why it's called a cult? When did they pass around the Kool-Aid? Pedo country.
I love when people that are in a cult point and yell, "Look, it's a cult."
Oh. By the way, I'm looking at it right now, and it's there. They just keep coming in. The comments are still going. Bankruptcy coming. They're welcome to it. Sex trafficker station.
Wow.
Sparking outrage. Trump country sparking outrage and debate.
No, just country music.
The first dictatorship official radio station.
Jesus.
In addition to Fox. By the way, do they know that the owner that has Trump Country also has this station, Fox? Circus Country 93.7 is what it should be. By the way, it was Hell Yeah Country. That's what the branding was. Is WHEL, and someone put WHELL. That sounds right. Yeah, idiot. That's actually the
It is right.
station was. Why do people worship a simple man? Let me see how many comments there are. It's like 2,000.
Wow. Oh my god.
Thanks for all the algorithm, guys.
I mean, by the way,
That's nuts.
one of the greatest sayings I've ever seen someone use on social media is monetize your haters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good. And what that means is, you know, if you get your social media account going, you can actually earn money. Look, it takes millions of people to truly earn any kind of decent money. But if you are able to do that, establish, and you get the interaction, whatever, social media channels pay you for that because they're running ads and you're helping them, right? This guy, like this libertarian black dude I follow on X, he's the one who said it. I've seen it, I credit him, his name's Eric July, and it has stuck with me, which is, you know, when you're out there and you're triggering libs like this, it's only helping you. And in this case, it's giving a local radio station all kinds of coverage. And I don't know what CBS expected out of this. If like CBS News, by the way, we're talking national, decided to cover this. And the owner, Jim Schwartzel, the owner of our station, is like quoted in it. I think, not sure, I think Fox News Channel might do a segment on it as well, all web-based on their .coms. Yeah, maybe they thought like, oh, this is just gonna get a bunch of likes or whatever, or people pissed, or whatever it is, but they're monetizing the haters. That's exactly what's happening. That you trigger a bunch of libs who cannot help but just comment after comment after comment. I'm literally scrolling as far as it can go, as far as Facebook will allow me to scroll on this. And here's a longer one. Here, this is great. From Christine Pickwell. Nothing to understand. He's a fascist. Read your history. And then switches to all caps. Now is the time to stand up and be counted, America, because our democracy is circling the drain and no one is coming to save us except ourselves.
Oh my gosh.
Some liberal boomer woman.
What's in caps, it has to be true.
By the way, she's got the whole, the black rim glasses too. Look at her.
Oh my God. Is she in a Prius?
I don't know, man. No, a Tesla that she.
Oh, there you go. There you
Oh my gosh.
We're going to take a break. Let's have a little more fun with the libs. When we
That's
come
funny.
back, the news press and Naples Daily News featuring gun control and why we need it. Wait to hear this. We'll be right back this time.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Guys, we're going to go ahead and let you go for the last hour of the show here, and then I'm going to head on home. After I get home here, I'll get back on at about 9 p.m. tonight. We're going to be talking about all the current breaking news, whatever's going on. We're going to check the seismic, the earthquake stuff. We're going to look at the tropics and see if there's been any changes with all that high pressure out there. We haven't had much to talk about. And that one that was moving through the Caribbean has now washed out. So we're basically back to square one in the tropics, which is good news for most of us. Anyway, so there you go. We're going to talk about all that tonight and more when we get on the air. And also last night was Star Trek night. Tonight we're going to talk about Stargate. Stargate, the second biggest and one of the best sci-fi franchises that there is. So we'll talk to you guys about that later tonight. 9 o'clock Eastern right here on Starship Adventures, the sights and sounds of Earth. We'll see you then. My name's Ian, live from the studios of 92.5 Fox News, where I work. This has been The Drive with Trey Radel. I hope you guys have enjoyed the production tonight, seeing how we do things here. Have a good one. We'll see you guys in a few hours.